Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
You idiot. You absolute idiot. What are you doing? Welcome to Drum and Drummer. No, he's done it. It's good. He was waiting to pounce like a puma.
I can see you.
Like a Ford Puma.
Yep. How are you?
Good, yeah. Let's talk T-shirts.
Okay, yeah. What do you want to begin with?
You're wearing a Zildjian T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like an absolute Kino.
Yeah. I don't think that's the shocking thing. You're wearing a yellow T-shirt.
I am. Normally I am dressed in the somber colour of black to reflect my mood and it's slimming.
Right. So, two reasons you're wearing a yellow shirt then. One, you're happy now and not bitter about everything. And two, you feel more in shape.
Yeah, I feel all right at the moment.
That's good.
But I picked this T-shirt up in Las Vegas and it's SpongeBob SquarePants.
What does it say? S-O square?
It says so square.
So square.
S-O being the famous word, so. No, I thought it said 50 square for a while.
Yeah, no, that's it, yeah.
But
it's nice. Thanks,
mate.
Is his face come off?
It's just gone mental.
I mean, that's got to be... We've got to put this on Instagram somewhere because otherwise people will be... It looks like Hannibal Lecter has gone at him.
Yeah, this is the famous Silence of the Lambs SpongeBob SquarePants collab.
Yeah.
That people weren't expecting.
No, it didn't do too well. Did well in Japan. But
but no, I'm good,
shorts.
Thank you. Oh, we had a gig.
Yeah, we had a gig.
We're back in. Wedding season is back, baby.
Yep. Do you want to brush over the gig and get to the drive back? We can, because the gig wasn't that eventful. We got there, it was raining. I felt bad for them because it was raining and you could see there was
a lovely outdoor space.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was mostly outdoors.
It looked like quite a new venue.
It did, yeah.
Like a farm that's been converted in a wedding. Money.
Yeah.
And lovely big outdoor area, big sort of where the pizza oven was. There was this outdoor seat. Not used at all.
No.
Because it was pissing down.
Yeah. They made the pizzas in the rain and then brought them in.
Yeah.
Know.
And boy, did I eat them. Yeah, and I noticed during the second set, I had pizza dropped on my shoes and my jacket. So, fatty little boy I was on that gig. They just kept bringing them because we went and got some.
Great. Yeah.
And then the caterers just brought over 4 whole pizzas.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know what? I'm going to eat these.
And as they brought them over, we had to say to Archie, who was eating the guest pizzas, like, no, come back. It's not art. We've got our own.
But no, it was all pretty textbook. Obviously on the old electric kit.
Yeah.
You posted a little clip of me playing it.
I did. How was it playing it?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's weird because I didn't get as much of a feel for it. Do you know what I mean? Because it wasn't literally there. So when I was playing bass...
And that's a big difference I think rest of the band get, is you don't just have that drum sound just that you're sitting on top of. It's all in ears, baby.
Yeah.
It was fine, you know. Just feel like a bit of a lemon.
You felt like a bit of a lemon.
Yeah, I'm quite a big guy and I'm sat behind this quite small
I see what you mean,
kit and you're just like, it's like I'm just playing a toy.
Yeah.
But it was fine, wasn't it? They were lovely people.
Yeah.
Well fed, which was nice.
Yep.
It ran late, obviously. But we didn't get any shit from anyone.
No.
The venue people were nice.
No, but I feel like we were the only attraction because it was all indoors. It was like, even though it all ran late, they were like fine because there was nothing else going on. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It was like,
yeah.
But anyway, so Archie and I drove back afterwards, and when we stopped to get fuel, got a message from either you or Neil, I can't remember who, saying that blew a flat tire? What? Tell me, because I don't know.
You don't know.
No, yeah.
it was 11 finish. We probably set off at 11:15, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, lovely. Hour and 10 away from home. That's just perfect. Gig was easy. No drama, no stress. Money in the bank, yeah?
Yeah.
So I thought.
But yeah.
So I thought. Set off, I drove, because we had didn't have to take a PA or a full drum kit, so I was like, I'll drive this time and take Neil. And we set off, driving down the country roads, north of Basingstoke, chatting away. Bang, big old pothole. Just on this A road in complete darkness.
Yeah.
Bang. Oh, yeah, tyres blown. Pulled over, hazard lights on. Got out, yeah, front right tyre, just completely fucked. And you're just like, oh, good.
Yep.
And it's that feeling of, I don't know, you feel like a bit of an idiot. You're annoyed that you know this ain't going to be quick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, what do you do in that situation? It's pitch black. Okay, got phone signal. All right, first thing I'm going to do is put a jumper on. Because I run hot, so I like to drive back just in a t-shirt. But anyway, so I was like, okay, well, let's get out of the car. Right, tyres fucked. So first thing was, Neil said, have you got breakdown cover? I said, yes, I do. Let's give them a buzz. Took fucking ages to get through to someone.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And they don't even turn up.
And I said, oh, I've just hit a pothole and blown front tyre. And he went, I just gave him my policy number and name.
He went, you shouldn't do that. Why have you done that?
And he went, oh, you're not covered your cover doesn't cover if you hit a pothole. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so what do I do? And he's like, well, we can find someone, but you're going to have to pay. I was like, oh, fuck this. Like,
yeah.
It's just so annoying. You're like, I wanted the system to work in my favour. I've done everything right, George.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I ultimately thought, I wanted to say to him, okay, so if I phoned back and just said, I've got a flat tyre, would you send someone out then?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know not to say I've hit a pothole. They're obviously not covering it because they're fucking rife.
Yeah.
Anyway, ended up phoning a 24-hour tyre fitting place, and they got someone down to us.
Could you not do it yourself?
I don't have a spare.
Oh, you didn't have a spare?
No,
probably
Honda
missed
Civic
that
does
bit.
not come with a spare.
That is a shame.
So, Lee came down in his van.
Yeah.
We managed to pull into a little side road to get off the main road because there were cars coming down it.
Yeah.
And Lee turned up. The woman I spoke to on the phone and then through text to sort everything out was wonderful. Amy, big shout out to Amy.
Big shout out.
And
come on the pod if you want.
Come on the pod, yeah. We were fascinated about the murky midnight world of breakdowns, and you know, because what we kind of worked out was that actually, when the Amy who I phoned, they're not the tyre people. They're like a conduit to find tyre people to get you there near, and so you essentially paid them like a deposit, and then you paid the tyre man when he arrived, and so it's like a finder's fee.
Yeah.
So they obviously then reached out, got Lee, and then Lee got on the blower, found us eventually. And it's that thing, you feel like an idiot. It's like, I don't know if you get this when you take your car to the garage or something, and like, I know nothing about cars. And they're like, I've had it before, like, bloody hell, your suspension's a bit fucked, how many speed bumps you have? I don't know, mate. Just fix my car. Is it all right or not?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you play with Sprite side? No.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know what beat Sex on Fire actually comes in on? I don't think you do.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can feel like a bit of an idiot, but I got to be fair to. But Amy on the phone was like, she said, "Oh, you're not on the M4, are you?" I said, "No." She said, "Oh, we've had 6 phone calls in the last 2 hours of people in the same pothole," and it's like, so, and then that's nice when you don't feel like you feel like that you're the only person this has ever happened to.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh no, like Neil's wife had a blown tyre hit from hitting a pothole the other day. You know, it happens.
I broke my suspension going over a speed bump once.
There you go.
What I mean? Bang, and that was it. And people heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. Lee came down, fitted a new tyre. He was off before we knew it.
Yeah.
off to the next one, like Batman.
Was he a geezer?
Yeah, a bit of a geezer.
Yeah.
Builder's bum out while fitting the tyre. But what was nice, I didn't get no shit from anyone.
But you expected
he
to
said,
get
"Oh,
shit?
did you hit a?" Yeah, because he was like, "Oh, did you hit a pot?" Oh, no, yeah. And he went, "Yeah, happens." You know what I mean? You just
You
feel
went,
like
loser. Yeah.
yeah, you idiot, you absolute idiot. What are you doing? And I think it's like, it wasn't my fault. Like, never, it's not anything I did. It's like the nail in the tyre the other week. It happens to everyone.
Yeah, but it's happened to you a lot.
I'm a bit sick of it. Yeah, a bit sick of bloody tyres. But it delayed us about an hour and a half. So got home about 2 a.m.
No, me too. You may as well live in Brighton.
Should have got home at 12:30. But
really, yeah.
And also that's most of my gig fee gone. Because getting a new tyre at 1 a.m. ain't cheap.
There's that.
So not a complete loss. I haven't lost all my money. But it was that thing of like, oh, easy gig, back earning the gig money, need this money, great. Oh no.
Yeah.
A lot of that's gone on a new fucking tyre.
Yep.
And then you go, well, what if we'd have gone the M3? Would we have been all right?
No,
or
you can't.
What if Neil had... Exactly.
You can't live in hindsight.
You think about those things, but...
My favourite gig fee going immediately after doing a gig wasn't Neil's car windscreen, although that is a good one, where he got chipped or whatever. He had to spend 300 and something, and it was, it was a good gig fee and he lost it all. No, my favourite gig fee is Elliott.
Yeah.
What did he do? He broke a statue or something?
In the car park, he reversed into like a really big ceramic vase. And it broke, and he had to I mean, he went and told the venue.
Yeah.
And they sent him an invoice, and it was pretty much his gig fee.
Amazing.
I mean...
Well, that's a good
honest
segue.
bloke for telling...
He's an honest bloke and a good man and a bloody good parallel parker, because he this is just Elliott all over. He's just wants to help, very helpful man. So we had a rehearsal. I'll go into this. So I'm playing for him again. It's been 4 years since we played with him.
Wow, it's been that long.
Pre-COVID.
This is Elliott Joseph, who was...
Elliott Joseph.
You played drums for before, and he was one of our guests on our recent Christmas special.
Yep, he sings for you a lot. As well in function bands. But yeah, I used to play in his act, his group. But now it's a whole new band. So he's got Dean on guitar, Jamie Thomas on bass, Sarah's playing keys and singing a bit, which is nice. Bit of organ as well. And then I'm on drums. But we had a rehearsal on Sunday at Brighton Electric, which I made that happen, because it was like, hey, where should we rehearse? Because he's in
Brighton.
Portsmouth. Yeah. She's in Chichester, and then 3 of us are in Brighton. I was like, well, you could come to Brighton. So they did. We had a lovely rehearsal. It was really good. It was, when you play, I'm sure you've had it with the Dent Act or any of your own bands, it sort of feels refreshing. You're like, oh, this is nice to play songs that aren't covers.
Aren't Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, exactly. And also, another thing, there's no click or anything. It is complete. There's no tracks. I don't feel like I've done that.
It's
in
like
a while.
the old days.
It's like how
the good old days.
How before the noughties or whatever.
No pads and samples.
No, exactly. Yeah, no SPD, no click, no tracks. Just just 5
good
people
old music,
having a laugh. Yeah.
Whilst getting the job done.
Yeah, exactly. A joke and a laugh. Really like a joke and a laugh. So we had a great rehearsal. Elfie, who I live with, she's my partner as well. I don't just live with her. She's not like a housemate.
My housemate.
Hang on.
What?
Did you go there or did I go? One of us went. Hello. Maybe
it's fine for me.
Maybe the Wi-Fi doesn't stretch this far. I think I am going to have to buy an extender or something already.
You're coming through crystal clear, boy.
Am I? You
visual
for a second. Cool.
Sound.
This is almost a test because we've got a guest soon. I'm going off tangent now, and I thought this would be a good test to see, can I sit here and do an episode? And I think it's going well. back to the story.
Can I podcast from the wank dungeon?
Exactly. My mum listens to this. No, we're going to get a sofa from Alfie's boss in Rottingdean, and it wouldn't fit in my car.
Rottingdean?
Rottingdean, yeah.
Who named that? Doesn't sound a very nice place, does it?
Well, it's weird. When you go beyond Brighton, east, I had to check. I can't do the compass. Beyond Brighton, it sort of goes Hove, Brighton, and then there's just a load of deans. So you got Saltdean, Rottingdean.
Dino.
That's about it, actually. There's just 2 deans. There's probably other deans. Anyway, there was a
Horndean.
Well, that's different area. But
what should we call this place? I don't know. It's shit, isn't it? It's rotting. Rottingdean.
My favourite is who was Peter and how did he have such a big field? You know what I mean? Because he had Peter's field is a big area. Anyway, we were getting a sofa and I knew Elliott had a van, so we went and picked it up. And
that's the thing, you get a van, you're moving friends stuff.
This is it,
Fact.
yeah. And Elliott's so kind. When he came around the flat, we were saying like little things that we want to do, and he's like, "Oh, I'll do that. I'll bash that out in the morning, and then we can, like it was like there's one bit where the door it opens at.
I'll build you a new wank dungeon, handcrafted.
Stop saying wank dungeon. He was like, I'll just move that door if it's hinged. And we were he was going through things. We were like, that sounds quite tricky. He's like, no, I could push that out in an hour. So I think at some point we're going to make a list of things for Elliott to do. If you're listening,
get him to put the TV up.
Well, yeah, exactly. So anyway, we got the sofa, and it was just a lovely day. I can't even remember what I was going to say about. Oh my God,
Parallel parking, wasn't it?
Parallel parking. He drove down my road, which by the way is a hill. He goes past the space and goes, "Oh, I could get in there." It's a van, and he just sort of starts reversing, and it was just perfect. I was like, he's going to hit that car, and he's going to hit that car, and it was just I've never seen any. It was like an inch from the car in front, and then there was like a 2 feet gap from the car behind, so we could get the sofa out. I was like, that was amazing. And Elfie was going, you cried first time you had to parallel park around here. I'm like, yeah, all right. I don't know if I cried, but certainly stressed. But so that was a really lovely day. And then we're doing a gig. The rehearsal was for a gig. We're doing, when this comes out, it will be tomorrow. So it's Friday the 21st, something like that.
Yeah.
Country on the Coast. We actually played it 4 years ago. Different lineup, completely different.
Is that the one where they started packing down the marquee?
No, that was the Santa Fun Run.
Oh yeah, that was the Santa Fun Run. Yeah.
But no, this one should be good. If anyone's in the South Sea area, and wants to spend 20 quid on a ticket to see,
or if you've got some DIY that needs doing, speak to Elliott.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm sure it'll be worth it. If you're into, the funny thing is about it is a country festival, and the people that go there really like country music because there aren't many of them, and it's the only place I've ever had to sign autographs, and it didn't seem ironic. It was like these people were like, "Oh, can you please sign this poster I've just bought?" And I'm like, "Okay," like. You're taking the piss, and then you see them, and you're like, no, they're not taking the piss. Like they really love country music. So, yeah.
One day this will still be worthless.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Love to know where those signed posters are now. Probably in someone's wank dungeon.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just thinking of the Partridge scene. It's just a room full of your picture, your signature.
Can you imagine if, obviously we don't, imagine if there's a Drum and Drummer fan like that. You go in and it's just, he's like...
I'd like the attention, to be honest, George, and I'd offer up pictures.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of photos. Do you want some more?
Yeah.
This one would look nice over by the... there's no windows in the wank dungeon, not by the window, but by the swing.
He's got, I'd say just... clay. He makes clay models of our heads in his room. That'll be the centre of the room.
But I'll give you a cheaper, easier alternative. Buy some
balloons.
potatoes.
Potatoes, yeah.
Or
In
a
your
potato
case,
for you.
butternut squash, yeah.
A butternut squash for me. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Right,
Yeah.
Deaf. Someone died at a gig.
Well, yes. So Friday night, sat at home, and a friend texted me who's gigging that night.
Yep. We'll keep it that anonymous.
Simply with a message. I'm going to get this. I'm just going to look it up. I think the groom's dad has died at our gig.
Yep.
This was at about 9:20 on Friday night. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, we are staying well out of the way, but they were doing CPR for ages. And then a few more messages. Ambulance has arrived. Bride's crying. Think the night's over. Yeah, guests are leaving. Now, what a bizarre scenario.
First of all, I find it funny that he, not relevant to you, but I find it funny that he texted you. But I thought I'd probably do the same thing in that situation because you're like,
well, text me.
No, we'll just text someone to be like, well, yeah.
You text me though.
Yeah, I'll text you.
Yeah.
Top of the list.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe that's. I just want to focus on that for a second because it's like, I think you could be like, oh, shouldn't you be there in the moment and be like, right, what's going on? What do we do? Rather than texting. But I think it's such a weird thing. Be like, I've got to tell someone else about this. I don't know.
I think so. I think it's that sharing the experience maybe dilutes the intensity of it. And, me and this friend, we've been gigging for years together. And I think maybe he knew I was available to chat.
Yeah.
Because, but yeah, what a bizarre. I think with that sort of situation, you just want to tell someone, don't you?
You do.
Like,
yeah.
This is because this is crazy, and you're there with the rest of your band. But maybe he wanted a mention on the pod.
Yeah, maybe he knew. But
because that's where my brain went.
Yeah, it's tragic though. Like of all the times, I mean, it's never ever a good time to have a cardiac arrest. But halfway through the wedding set,
your son's wedding.
Yeah. That's just awful. Oh, was it the son of the...
I think it was the groom's dad.
Oh, okay. Wow.
The groom's dad, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to put a dampener on the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as far as we know, he's not dead.
That's good.
As far as we know. But obviously the night ended early and the band... I went to humour, George. I went to... That's where my mind goes.
Yeah.
And... I replied, it's going to be an awkward second set, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I wanted to help diffuse, sprinkle a little bit of humour to maybe just diffuse us, maybe open up with Heart of Glass. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Obviously, I screenshot it and sent it to you straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was at work and I was like, should I tell staff, not tell staff I need to go home, but tell staff you won't believe what's happened. But I
really need to just continue this text conversation because we're coming up with inappropriate songs to start the second set with. So have you got any? I'm still standing. Great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't go breaking my heart.
Staying alive. Yes. Write it down.
Well, did I tell you that? Just off topic, because as soon as you text me this, I went straight in with my first aid knowledge because I did a first aid course the other day, so I was like, "Oh, well, did you know this? Did you know? I already know because I told you, but yeah, they don't teach doing staying alive as the counting thing anymore because it's insensitive, which I always thought.
But it's the perfect BPM.
It is the perfect BPM, and I always thought when you do it, obviously you don't sing it out loud.
You don't do the American Office.
No, exactly. You just have it in your head, like that. But I guess people were doing CPR and singing "Staying Alive," so that's
obviously. What's the BPM of that song?
It's basically you need to do a BPM between 100 and 120. I think. I don't know. I should know. I'm trained.
Staying Alive's tempo is 103 beats per minute.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so they're saying it's insensitive because obviously the fucking word "staying alive"
Yeah.
when someone's possibly dying on the floor.
Yeah.
But that's why we remember it, though, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I think they're saying it's insensitive to sing it. I think it's still fine.
But that's the thing, though. Who's singing it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Who is singing it out loud? Performing CPR
Or just whistle it.
has got to be the most stressful thing you can do, to literally try and save
And we
someone.
need to get to a song quickly to get the compression pace right.
Yeah.
And obviously it's staying alive because that's what we're trying to do.
I agree. No,
I say
see what you mean.
I've never performed CPR.
No, I see what you mean, though, because if they just say you need to, do it at 100 beats per minute, people go...
Yeah.
And also, it's not even beats per minute.
Or you need to track 7 from that... Backstreet Boys album. What?
Yeah.
Which song? I don't know. What's it called?
Do you reckon, also, the fact that Staying Alive was used for so many years in CPR actually helped the Bee Gees' career in some weird way, whether more people listen to it, Like Christmas songs, like... Say, or like a song you have to learn.
I don't think they get PRS royalties every once in time.
If someone goes
CPR.
Like, if you think about how many people do first aid and they're like Staying Alive and they go, oh yeah, how far?
I must dig out that old Bee Gees album.
Like, let's look that one up. Let's have it. Yeah. Maybe.
So maybe, because sometimes music can get quite contrived in terms of like people will write a Christmas song to get into the Christmas algorithm.
Yeah.
Not because they just want to write a Christmas song. People try and tick boxes to do that sort of thing. Been there, done it, tried it,
How'd it go?
Not well. Not well at all. So, is this a gap in the market, George? Do we need to look at other medical things that require, or any sort of life-saving treatment, surgery, anything that sort of requires a specific pace? And then we need to write a song for that particular pace with the lyrics being quite descriptive of the job at hand.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
Or is there any way we could shoehorn this podcast into some sort of, hospital or something that's used, on a grand scale?
Or just, there's something that needs to be done. I'm trying to think of something. I think restarting the heart is the only one that really needs a regular pace. Or just maybe you're doing surgery and you just need to do something every couple of seconds. Just write a nice ballad called Cutting Your Stomach Open.
Yeah.
And you just do the cuts to the song. And then people go, oh, that's a good tune. I'll listen to that on Spotify.
I think we're in there. I think we're in with a hit. Watch this space.
But yes, anyway, back to this wedding.
Yeah.
What a bizarre scenario.
Yeah.
And now the chat has moved on to, and you could consider this an inconsiderate or insensitive chat to be had. But what happens with the money, George? Because, it's a tricky one.
Because they didn't get
a vendor, and it will be all the vendors, the venue, the catering, Let's say I had a photo booth. Don't take photos of that.
Yeah. Take the photo booth away. Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously the band. And I guess, still need to get paid. But probably got to tread lightly.
Yeah. Yeah. Give it a week at least.
Or if anything, you go, we were that good. Really got him dancing.
Yeah.
Really raised that heart rate.
Was he dancing?
I don't know.
No. It's a bit like drummer for Muse's dad had a heart attack after Muse first headlined Glastonbury. Did you know that? And died.
I did not know that.
Died.
Wow.
Yeah, first time they...
Was he at Glastonbury or watching
he was
on
watching
iPlayer?
them live. iPlayer. He was watching them live at Glastonbury, and after they finished their set, he had a heart attack and died. And I was like, that would be mental, because you come off stage and be like, what a whirlwind of emotions that would be. First time you headline Glastonbury with your band. And I think they're from like Glastonbury area as well.
From Devon, aren't they? Truro, is it down Truro?
Something like that.
It's local-ish, it's still...
It's local-ish. It's in that area.
The southwest, the weird bit.
Yeah.
It's
longer than you think, that bit of West England. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, I just see it as like Swanage and then that's it. But no, there's loads. It goes on forever.
Just all goes down to a big point.
Yeah, exactly.
Pointless.
Yeah.
Really.
There you go. We've had some correspondence, so moving it on.
Talk to me, boy. Who's been talking to us?
Well, friend of the show, he's messaged in before. Jackamouse. I said that for his benefit. Hopefully he finds that funny. But it's not Jackamouse. Jackamoose. Jackamus.
Jack.
Yeah, just say Jack. Well, whenever I don't say the surname, you go, have you forgot their surname? So I thought I'd get the surname in. But anyway.
What's he been saying?
He said, I'll tell you what he said. I got it right here. He said, this one's for Ben.
Hello.
Guaranteed to blow your mind.
I'm ready. Blow it.
Kill the debate about whether or not the low volume canals are loud enough for a gig. Add to the triggers for the DB1 pads and add these triggers for low volume cymbals. Basically, what we were discussing last week.
You read out his typo. He said canals. He meant cymbals.
Yeah, I wanted to read it out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Because what if he did mean canals, and then change his mind halfway through the message? No, basically, we were discussing, were we not, low volume skins and putting triggers on them.
Yeah.
But then you still have just sort of, electric kit cymbals. But, can you get those
so this
low
was,
volume singles and add
trying
triggers to them?
Create the ultimate kit for sound restriction venues. So real acoustic kit, Evans DB1 skins, so that's essentially silent skins, put triggers on them with some sweet sounds, and use low volume cymbals, Siljan L80s, Evans DB1s. And we were wondering whether the cymbals would be too quiet or not good enough quality, but what Jack has sent through is, yes, these Magnatrack. I tell you what, let's take a trip to the drum dumpster.
What the hell is that?
You got tossed into the right dumpster.
Fucking Jesus.
So thank you, Jack. We are putting in the Magnatrack drum triggers. So they've made specific cymbal triggers that clip onto or sort of screw onto specifically low volume cymbals. So essentially you can have a whole real acoustic kit with silent cymbals, silent skins, and have the whole mother triggered.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
That's a game changer, I'd say.
And I'd love to try it out.
Yeah.
It seems like they've got there's a couple of ways of triggering the hi-hat where you can put a little adapter that goes under your hi-hat pedal. So when you press down, it does the two-part trigger, essentially, of a hi-hat. Or there's just a single one if you're just using a pad or whatever. But oh, fuck's sake. But interesting. Yeah, I'd love to add that to the setup.
Yeah. Here's a thought though: if you put in these low volume skins on your kit, you'll have to have another kit though, surely, won't you? Because reskinning it all the time. So you will have to. You can't have you'd have to have a separate kit. Because you do it as cymbals, you can change them willy nilly. But that would be the one downside. But
well, I guess it depends on what I mentioned last time was if that was suitable for even if there was no sound restrictions.
Yeah.
So that is just your essential wedding kit. So then you'd maybe have another kit with proper skins on for studio recording or other sort of gigs. But so you're not having to keep switching.
Yeah.
But be very. I'd love to get all that stuff and try it out.
Yeah.
And see what it does.
It'd be amazing.
I'd still need to investigate properly how to actually run all those triggers through something. Is it better to do it for a drum module? Is it better to do it through something like, Stephen Slate SSD or drum trigger, like through a computer? Maybe. So
it's funny as well because would it be worth it? Do you know what I mean? If you had because it'd be amazing to do it, to just see if you could do it. But, you know, we've got busy lives, and like if you have one gig on electric kit, I think the only way genuinely we'd ever do it is if someone funded this pod or something, you know, and they're like, right, here's $2,000, go and make it happen.
But this is what I'm saying though, but if you could use it for every wedding gig.
Yeah.
And so you just never have to work, and it would actually, the benefits would not just be for volume reduction, but just it's better front of house sound.
Yeah.
It's better in-ear sound. But then you just know that it's better for, as the drummer, you know, whatever gig, whatever that, you know, because we play in rooms, you'll know this, you play in rooms and the acoustics are fucking horrible, and a real drum kit just sounds absolute trash, and they're just so, even if you're not hitting it hard, it just is so tinny or so boxy, or that actually it's just a better experience for even the audience, because you can have a much more controlled, better drum sound.
Yeah.
Whatever the room is. Like when you're going and playing like original gigs that are more going to be in like venues that usually do have some sort of acoustic treatment, not all of them, the Edge of the Wedge is absolutely appalling for sound, but like they've been designed, and usually they don't have sound emitters, and then this is just the setup you have, so you know every gig, oh, it needs to be a bit quieter, cool. Or the room's so echoey, that's all right.
Yeah.
Come out, because we've got real control over the volume of everything. And even if it's like, but then as a drummer, you're just hitting real drums with real skins.
Yeah. Do you reckon though, going back to what I was saying at the beginning, you might lose something though? Because you know, when I was playing with your electric kit, you might almost lose that thing. But I do agree, if it was outweigh the problem of if you're playing in a small tinny room, it outweighs that, and you just have slightly less feel of a drummer, then it'd be cool.
Or is there like just enough? Because those silent cymbals are going to make a sound. The silent skins are still going to make a sound.
Yeah.
Do you still get that feeling of like vibration from a kick pedal hitting a real kick drum, even though it's got the silent skin on? You're still going to get that impact almost like through the floor. Do you know what I mean? The vibrations. So is there still enough there that then you have that bit of feeling, but then it's all made up through triggers in your ears?
Another thing though, is it also, it's a good point. Also, is it then, going back to what we were saying about this, you know, playing for Elliott, there's no extra stuff, there's no pads, there's no anything. And sometimes when you're on a gig, the drums are the only thing that if everything failed, you'd still hear drums. And then if all your pads failed or something, it'd be another, I don't know, it'd just be like more stress. Imagine if you had one of those kits and a pad and you're on tracks and you're on click, and it would almost get to the point where you're like, why am I here? Do you know what I mean? But well,
I often think that with most gigs.
Why
are you here? Yeah.
With this pod.
But thanks, Jack, for sending.
Yeah, thank you, Jack.
Let me know about that. I'll add it to the list of things I can't afford, will never buy, and we'll be eternally hopeful that we'll get some for free.
Yeah, one day. Probably not.
Probably not.
Anything else?
I don't think so, mate.
No.
I've just been incredibly busy at the studio.
Yeah.
Which is good.
It is
Done
good.
a lot of recording. I think I've got like 5 or 6 projects on the go at the moment.
Ooh.
So I'm just trying to, get through them and prioritise what needs to be done.
Yep.
But it's all good stuff.
It is all good stuff.
I've got a gig this Saturday.
Who are you playing with?
Decade.
Like where?
Where? Sort of 2 hours west into Dorset.
Yeah, classic.
I think it's a marquee. Ugh.
I got one on the Isle of Wight.
Oh yeah,
Saturday.
back in there, yeah.
Always Isle of Wight. I was there last week. But it's all good.
Other than that, fine.
Yeah, good.
Just busy, innit?
Yeah, it is.
Busy. Which is good. But yeah, I still don't seem to have any money.
Yeah.
So, because I keep fucking buying tyres. So, anyway. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, nice.
But how's the job going? And
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it's all fitting around everything. That is genuinely the best thing. It's like the weeks are long, but they work. You know, I'll give you this week, for example. 14 hours yesterday, and I slept in, woke up, came back, got a day off today. Tomorrow,
lovely.
work meeting once a month. It's like 4 or 5 hours. And I've got a drum lesson.
It's a long meeting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's weird because I think they're going to move it to every 2 weeks, make it 3 hours, but still, it's like, it's a long old time. But then Thursday, just in 3 till 10. Friday, Saturday off. But then Sunday, I'm in all day. But my point is, it works, you know? I think I've said this before. I can't remember if I've said it on here, but maybe one day I'll do a 9 to 5 sort of thing because it works for some people. You know, you do your 9 to 5 and you come home and you walk the dog and watch EastEnders or whatever. But right now, I quite like the do it all in one go and get it done and then have a full day off and then do another one and get, you know, it's like it kind of works. And
I like having a weekday off.
Oh, yeah, it's the best.
Rather than a weekend.
And I'm glad I haven't lost this, to be honest, because I always used to, even in the most, you know, mad self-employed days, I'd always seem to have Monday off. And so it's nice to have a day off and just wander about. I mean, it's different in Brighton because no one works here anyway. So, but like, you know, just wandering around the streets, like all people are at work now.
Too busy doing art and dancing.
Exactly. But yeah, no, it's all good. It's just fitting it around gigs. You know what I mean? But here, I'll end with this. Talking about the job, booked my first annual leave for June because I mean I had to book some for when I'm going away in Greece, but also booked some for June. And I've never had annual leave before, and they were like, "Oh, well, if you do," they were, you know, manager's nice, and she was going, "Oh, if you do," deputy manager, she was like, "If you book these days off, you'll get 8 days off, and it works out as like 24 hours off or something." But it's 8 days. It's just, I was like, cool, yeah. And so it's like from like Saturday the 10th to Saturday the 17th or something like that, I've got off, which is great because Arctic Monkeys is within that week and I've got a gig. But then I've got a gig on the 18th. And then after that, I've got 2 more days off. And I was like, if I can swap that Sunday with someone, then I'll have like 11 days off, 12 days off. And I've managed to, I said to someone, can you do my Sunday and I'll do any day you want? And they were like, yeah, fine. I was like, this is how I'm going to do it. Just find the, because it's weird, because it isn't like 9 to 5, 40 hours. It'll be like some weeks you'll have just a few days. And they're like, if you're clever with your leave, you can, you know, get a lot of time off. So all about that. But it's weird though, because it's like, this is now my job. This is, you know, there's no, usually the nice thing about jobs I take on is I'm like, well, it won't be forever. But this, I'm like, could be a while, this one, unless I find something more convenient that fits around gigs, which I don't think I will in a hurry. So I think I'll stay there for a bit, but we'll see. Anyway, that's that.
Good. Glad it's going all well.
Yeah, cheers.
And yeah, I'll be sorry because you're not on our Decade gig on Saturday.
Yes. Who is?
So,
who's on bass?
Baz.
I got a gig with him the week after, so yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Baz.
And then I got a first Victoriana gig, the following week.
Ooh.
And then May enters the freshman year into the fold.
Ooh.
So before we know it, George, will be September.
This is it.
It's gonna rattle.
Yeah, and I'll go. It was fine. I was a bit tired on those Sundays, but it's fine. And I wish I had.
Now I wish I had more gigs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Every year. When are we going to get out of this cycle? Never.
Yeah. And we won't. We will never get out of it.
No.
We'll never get out of it.
Well, you might. I don't know.
Right.
Well, we might, just because gigs will just end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
just gradually drop down to. I've just got 3 gigs this year.
Yeah.
It's too many. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Sweet.
too many. Right. Nice one.
Yeah. Instagram, Twitter, email. Get in touch.
Yeah, we might have a guest next week.
Yes, we might do. Yeah, we've got something booked in, so hopefully.
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Folk show. Oh, right. Just to quickly go back to the tyre blowout.
Yeah,
you feel like a bit of an idiot, but whatever. You got through it. Cost me some money.
Yeah,
we got home.
Yeah,
and then a couple of days later, Neil sent me a video from Instagram of the comedians Rob Beckett and Tom Allen.
Yep.
Who were on the side of a motorway with the hazards on, and they said, they made a little video, like the irony of doing a corporate gig for Quick Fit and then blowing a tyre out on a pothole on the way home.
Amazing.
And you go, happens to everyone.
Yeah.
And they got fucking loads of money.
Yeah.
Very successful comedians. They're still stood on the side of the motorway,
Yep.
waiting for someone to come fix their tyre.
Yep.
Happens to us all.
There we
And
go.
let that be a lesson. Shit happens to everyone.
There you go. That'll end. Bye.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.